Today, I traverse the universe. Or something like that.
Welcome to
the first episode of VAMCraft Adventures. VAMCraft is a server run by my cousin Aquamaster3000 and myself, and we're going to take a look at what's already here.
Let's start by taking a look at spawn. This place is pretty cool. There's quite a lot going on here, and it's all very interesting.
First, over here we've got the quick little rule board, and on the back side we have the chicken chucker, which outputs piles and piles of cooked chicken. So I'm feeling a mite bit hungry now. I'm just gonna have some chicken. Next we have Slim Jim. We're not sure what he's doing. Apparently he's not too happy with just standing around here, but he also acts as our lovely little nether portal over here. We have the gold farm, which unfortunately is not hyper efficient, but there is a decent amount of gold, maybe somewhere. Ah, there we are. See, there is some gold and a lot of swords. And we also have, instead of checking out the iron farm, let's look over here. We have our legislation. We sometimes pass a couple of little extra rules over here, and we have a team limit of 3 at the moment, although no team has that many members. We have the iron farm, which chucks lots and lots of ingots over to us. All those chests down there are full. We have way too much iron. So much iron. And how this works is there's a couple of pseudo villages, pretty much. Like every one of these doors is a village, and each of those villages is big enough that they spawn piles and piles of iron golems. In one of the villages, at pretty much any time, there is an iron golem being spawned, and since there's so many villages, there's iron golems flowing through this thing, meaning that we have basically unlimited iron. There's almost no way we would use all the iron that this machine outputs. This is absolutely full. So full. Over here we have the team joining machines. So you push a button and then you join the team. And the teams are actually a relic from when VAMCraft was in its earlier PvP stages. We decided that we were going to have PvP stages, but eventually it stopped being interesting and we made it just a playing server, and as you can see, it didn't last too long. There was not a lot of killing going on, but now yeah, now we just play Minecraft. It's good fun. Over here we have the lab, which is not open for business because I have not made a custom villager there. And we have the temporary recycling shack, which is really very temporary. At some point we're going to have to recycle that shack. Over here we have our cow farm, which unfortunately is not automatic. Hopefully someday we'll get that changed up. What you have to do is you have to come up here and make your cows, and then they die and make you lots of leather and good stuff like that. Let's see, yes, just a couple more things in spawn. We have the VAMCraft Administrative Archives, which basically we just store any copies of legislation that we want kept around in here. And we have Bert the law clerk watching carefully over all of our legislation. And lastly for spawn, I think, is Victory Plaza over here. This is the plaza where we celebrate when we have somebody win a tournament or contest or whatever. So we have our little, I forget what they call this, a pedestal? Not quite. That they do have a term for it. I forget what they call it. I'll get back to you on that later. We have a contest notification area, and we do actually have a build contest on. And if you need to submit anything for contests, then you put them in that chest over there. And while we're celebrating, well, it's not enough to just have a boring old area there. You have to have like a full celebration. So we can summon some celebratory explosions over there. They're good fun. But also, we can put a beacon for whoever wins. So if they're on the cyan team, then we get cyan beacons. If they're on the blue team, we get blue beacons. Green team, green beacons. And if they're not on a team, then we just get ordinary white beacons. And then if we decide, yep, party's over, we turn all the beacons off, and voila! It's ready for next time. So over here, we have this road, which goes over to our city, which is not yet a city, just a bit of flat ground. But we're not going to go over there just yet. In fact, we probably won't go over there at all until maybe next episode. I've got some things planned over in the city for next episode. But over here, we have bold blue armories, discount bows, and wholesale armor. And this is the shop where you can pick up some bows or order some fancy armor, and then we'll go and we'll sell it to you, and we'll even, I think we do deliveries. We probably do deliveries. I'm sure we deliver. But yeah, that's that. It's not much, but it's there. If anyone wants to buy, well, we're selling. Next, we have the base of the cyan team, and they have a really impressive little frontal area here with lots of cool little cyan and sandstone. A little piston door there. And then you get into their tunnel, and they haven't done a whole lot of work on this, but I'm sure at some point they will. And you get into their nice little cavernous area with the secret exit into the river in case you feel like a little swim. And really, they're a raw materials kind of team, so they have their farms nice and hidden in here. They have mines every direction, quite literally. I mean, look, it's over here, it's over there, it's over there, it's all over the place. So yeah, that's good fun. Next, we're going to look at somebody's house, my sister's in fact, Mikai72, so I'll see you over there. Here is the charming little property of my sister, 72 Mikai. Quite interesting. We built this little cottage for her to celebrate her graduation from grade 9, and really it's quite a lovely little place. It's got a cozy little fireplace, some trees and flowers, nice little bedroom area, lots of lovely little bookshelves, a nice little seat over here by the fireplace. Yep, and that's all very lovely. We have her chickens. She loves chickens. Loves them, loves them, loves them. We've got some pumpkins, some melons, a couple little crops for her. It's all very lovely. She was really pleased when she got it. So that made us happy. Next on our list, we have the house of my brother, IM8010. It is snowing over here at my brother's house, and it looks really quite nice. It's all this lovely little snow, and he has this nice path which has been sort of covered up by snow. You need to break out the snow shovels over here. But he's got this nice little path over to his very medieval looking tower fortress thing. And inside, I mean, he's got a cool pattern on the roof, a nice little dungeon area over here. And this room is mostly empty, but I'm sure he's going to do some pretty awesome stuff with it. Up here we have his balcony area, I guess, and his tower where he has all kinds of stuff. Oh, I should stay inside the wall. He's got his bed, his furnaces, and then on top he can see everything. Everything. All of his home turf. I mean, he can even see his massive snow fort. I built this for him because he lives in a snow biome. He needs a snow fort, even one that's bigger than his house. But that's besides the point. From his snow fort, he can see his house. From his house, he can see his snow fort. And from either one of them, he can see all the landscape. Yep, every last... Hold on, what's this? I'm not sure what this is. It's like in the snow. And, whoa. You know, it reminds me kind of like almost crop circles, sort of. Except in the snow? It seems to be kind of... This is pretty weird. Well, we're over here by the Ender, where we end the Endermen. Yeah, they don't have such a good time over here. Yep, they're all criminal Endermen. Yep, that's my excuse. They're all criminals. The Ender Dragon has decreed that they must die. But anyhow, this is just the area where they spawn. They all can spawn here and have a fantastically good time over here until they get ticked off at the little Endermite over here and they try to chase him, and then they fall down the hole. And they fall down nice and not so happy into this hole, where down here just onto the hoppers, and then you go along in your minecart and you punch them all and then they die. And yeah, they don't have too much fun. Except for this guy. He's having a great time. It's like a roller coaster or something. Having fun? Are you having fun? I don't know. I think so, although he looks a little bit bored. And then you can go and do your enchanting and all that fun stuff. And then you can take the nice little rail over back once you've finished your leveling up and getting all your ender pearls. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go back home. Now we're over here by the green base. The green team has only one member, which happens to be my dad. Nobody else seems to want to join his team. I'm not sure why. His team is pretty awesome. I mean, look, he's had time to do shrubbery. And he has a fancy little path. And he has piles and piles and piles of sheep. And even more cows. And lots of pigs and a bunch of black rabbits that are not... They're standing stock still. Wow. That's odd. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg. And then you can go over to the main island of the end, which still has its obsidian pillars and the dragon egg I guess the aliens have used their mind rays on the rabbits or something. I don't know. And then he's got a bunch of chickens, and he has this wonderful wheat farm. Although, of course, he can use carrots and potatoes in it as well. And hypothetically, he could also use netherrack, but he doesn't. That would mean taking out hoed soil and putting in netherrack. Anyhow, how this thing works is you go inside his lovely little farmer's cottage, which is a little bit empty, but still looks pretty fantastic. And once all your wheat is grown and you're like, yep, okay, I'd like some wheat now, you can go down here and pull the lever down, and it will release water from these dispensers. As you can see, it's got a water bucket there, and it flows down these sort of pyramid shaped bits, and it flows over the whole area down here, all the way down, breaking up all the plants, and then carrying the items down into these water streams, which put the items into the hopper over here, which then puts it into the chest, which is a really good idea. And just in case he needs to access the redstone, well, it's all back here for him to get to, which is great. But this is not even the most impressive part of his base. On this side of the road, if you go over here, he's got this nice little lit up pathway over to what will be his super epic castle. I mean, he hasn't finished anything, not by a long shot. I don't think he's going to be done for a while. But this place, this is looking amazing. And yeah, he's got little wall area for your guards to walk on over there and up there and up there, and some towers. He's got fancy pillars for his throne room area. He's got a wall of windows, and he's really made good use of this terrain over here. He's put some lava down here to make his throne room look extra fancy. And I've just noticed that this is a little off-center, this platform, but that doesn't matter. He has his super epic fancy green throne, because he is the green team after all. And of course, down over here, he likes his secret entrances and that sort of thing, so he has a little underground area. And you can actually swim up this water to the top of the pillar, and I'm sure he's going to use that for something sometime here. And you can also go over to the other pillar, or you can exit out over by the moat and swim out under his really nice looking bridge over here. I mean, this looks really good. Good job, Dad. And yeah, he spent quite a lot of time making this place look really nice. So I'm excited to see what he all does here. And he's also got farms dotted around all over the place just to make sure that he has even more food. Although that was built before his semi-automatic farm over there. And you've probably spotted it, but there is an iron tower. And I'm gonna see you over there because it is very impressive, I think. Over here we have the iron tower, which you saw from over near my dad's base. But of course, this is not just one iron tower. That would be a little bit boring. Instead, it's connected to a wall, which is connected to another tower, which is connected to the super epic subterranean base of the blue team. That is right. I have saved what I think is the best for last here. We are looking at the blue team's base. The blue team has a sort of compound. They've got a lovely little wall that goes around the entire area. They've got some roses to line the front walk here. Wait, why am I saying they? I'm on the blue team. I should probably say we have roses and stuff. We've got a trading post with a couple of villagers, Mo and Larry. They're pretty cool. Mo and Larry. Hey Mo, hey Larry. Having fun? I guess they like it here. And it's a I would like to live here too. I mean, it's got a nice little chandelier thing that hangs from the roof, and you're nice and safe down there. No mobs are gonna come and kill you because the blue team's gonna protect you. Yep. We also have the blue team stables over here, and we have visitor parking over here if anyone comes along and needs to park their horse somewhere. And we've got some stalls just for anybody to use. And these 3 horses I just have here because I don't have a place to put their statistics books right now. And I want to keep them with their statistics books because that keeps me organized. And we have some more stalls for blue team members. That's what most of these are meant for. And then we have private parking for the team leaders, one of which is me, the other of which is my cousin, Aquamaster 3000. I'll do this in creative so you can actually get a better sense of how the base works. So you walk through our fancy front entrance, and this goes over to the iron towers up there, but it also goes over to our little private chapel. We have a nice little chapel area where you can go to church and worship God and stuff. Pretty cool there. A nice little balcony if you want to spend your service up here. Or you can leave. That's cool too. You can leave church through that door. And you can go back down, and down here is where the subterranean really starts. We have our dogs. Hey puppies, how are you? That's good. We have a couple of little stables for each of us. We haven't really migrated upstairs to the big stables. And then through here is the main part of the base. We've got this little staircase. It used to go up to a tree, but now it's for a beacon, and we have that blocked off just temporarily. We have a map of the world. It's pretty good. We've got a clock in case you want to know the time. We have our snowman and our music, our jukebox. A little storage system here. Really not advanced at all, just kind of sorted by the type of thing that it is. I got a couple of awards over there. Over here we have our super smelter. I'll go inside so you can take a look at how this thing works. This is Mumbo Jumbo's design, and it works really well. We've hooked it up. You can see there's this dropper up here which goes into this little hopper system, which ends up cooking charcoal. You chuck in logs and you get charcoal out the back, and then the charcoal goes into this chest, which goes into this minecart, which goes along and chucks fuel in all these hoppers, which puts it in these furnaces. And over here you have whatever you want to get cooked, and that goes in here and gets cooked by the furnaces. And then this minecart picks everything up and puts it in a chest with a hopper that goes down here. And here, I'll show you this in game mode 3. So we have our hopper line that goes down here and over through here, and it goes into our crazy sorting system. But we'll get to that later. Then you can come down here, and we've got a little enchanting area, brewing area, some water, because you always need water. And then a lovely little bedroom in which not everything is as it seems. Hit that secret button and you get into the vault. This is our main storage area. We have things that we don't have automatically sorted up here, and some empty chests, and also access to the sorting system. You can chuck in something to be sorted. I don't have anything to be sorted on me. But then you go down in here and everything gets nice and sorted, or rejected if it doesn't have a home. Wah, wah, wah. Poor rejected stuff. And we haven't completed the sorting area. We don't have everything sorted up. All the redstone is done back there, but we don't have hoppers or items hooked up yet. Soon. And we can go out here, and yeah, we'll go back up to the main level here, where you can take the minecart down to the next level. Down here we have all our farms. We've got a sugarcane farm, we have a villager farm which doesn't work because mob griefing is off. We have a cactus farm which chucks out lots of cactus. We've got nether wart, and we have our massive wood farm. You plant some trees, and then they grow, and they get pushed along into a great big cube of wood for easy chopping. Down over here we have cows and sheep. Over here we have a shortcut to bacon, and this. Yes, it's a lovely hole. Marvelous. If you continue down a little bit further, unfortunately the next stop does not have a station, so you just have to get off by yourself. But over here we have our skeleton farm. Skeletons get spawned up in there, and then they go up, and then they fall down, and they smash into there. You can see it's quite a journey for them. Oh, there's even one in the system. We'll get to see him go for a high dive without water. So he comes up here, goes down, gets hypothetically pushed off the edge. We might give him a little bit of help. There you go. And then he falls down there, gets nice and hugely damaged, so you can finish him off with one punch. Yay. Oh. And then you go back. Let's go back over here. And over here everything gets sorted up, so you have your arrows, your bones, and your assorted objects. Yep. and behind these doors we have just a couple of things for our fancy enchanting room. Even though this is our secondary enchanting room, it's a whole lot nicer than our primary one. We have lapis stored up in this chest, and an anvil behind this door. And if you continue down the hall, then we have a zombie spawner. Yep, they get spawned down in there, and then they travel up here, and then I'll just spawn a few so you can see how this works. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Pew. 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 Okay, pew. Like so. And then you punch the button, they get lavaed. Lots of lovely fire for them. And usually you have to do it twice to really finish them off. But then you can come along with your... You can come along and punch them or chop them with your sword or whatever. And it all ends up in these chests over here. We have a rotten flesh chest, and more rotten flesh, and then everything else goes in the other ones. And then just one more stop, I do believe. We have down here, less interestingly, we have a secret door over to a mining area with, once again, a hidden button just to hide everything. Our mining area, yeah, it's a great big cavern area. Don't fall in the lava, you will die. And over here we used to, I think, somewhere over here we used to have a portal to the nether, but we got rid of that. We have Slim Jim now, and he is lovely. And yeah, I do believe that is it for the blue team base. Unfortunately, that brings us to the end of this episode of VAMCraft Adventures. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, subscribe, and check out my website. Stay stupendous, and I'll see you later.